My name is Anita, and you too can win. But before I start taking you down that path, let me take you to memory lane. 2015 was the first time I was competing in an international competition. I had been called upon to represent my school at the National Script Spelling Bee. It was week in and week out of rigorous trainings until I made it to the national level. Yes! My family, my coach Maria, and my entire school were cheering me on. Now we had to journey to Lagos. On that journey, I met other contestants, made new friends, and I was so open to the experience. We have arrived at Lagos, and it is now time for the competition. The nerves are climbing up my neck, but Coach Maria told me to get up that stage and do my thing. And so I went up stage. We were so many contestants, just one mic stand standing at the middle of the stage, so many lights on us, and so many eyes watching. We began to spell, one after the other. And round after round after round, contestants were being eliminated. But there I was, scaling through it all. Now we've arrived at the final round with just 3 of us left. Myself, one of the friends I made on the way from Abuja to Lagos, and another friend who I met at the hotel. We were all winners at this point, but we had to compete for the championship. We all brought our A game. Nobody was ready to let their guard down. We were all at this until the other 2 contestants missed their words. And I was left as the only man standing. Do you think I had won the National Script Spelling Bee? Well, not so fast. I had to spell one more word to prove my championship. And so I took my stand at that mic, and guess what my word was? Thoracic. That's an easy word. It's a straight win. Well, that's what every other person thought. But the moment I heard that word, I was clueless. I was confused. I didn't know what was happening. I have been spelling other words correctly, but right now, all I could see was white blank emptiness. I feared I was going to miss my opportunity. And you bet I did. I missed it. But not to worry. The competition was still on and a champion has to emerge. So we kept spelling and I kept prepping myself for the next opportunity to win. But while I was at that, the next thing I heard was this loud jubilation. Stand up, hey, hey, stand up, hey, hey, for the champion, for the champion, stand up. Another contestant had won. And it was my friend who I made on the way from Abuja to Lagos. I didn't know how to feel. It was this tumultuous chaos of emotions. I was happy for my friend, but I was sad for myself and I was disappointed in everything. I ended up in 3rd place for a competition that I had the win on a golden platter. And it was not the position that was the challenge. It was the fact that this singular event led to a chain of other events where I was always so close to the win, but never won. The imposter syndrome will always step in. And here's what it looked like. Who told you that you could win? What makes you think that you are good enough? You should actually better start settling for any other thing than the win. 3rd place isn't that bad. What even makes you think that you're going to make it this far the next time? I know you've been there too. Now let's do this together. I need you to put your head in a straight position, and if you affirm with these experiences I'm about to list out, you nod in affirmation. But if you've not experienced them, you just nod in disapproval. Have you ever had a vision or a dream of who you wanted to be? But as you began to advance towards it, you began to see so many reasons why you couldn't reach that height and you couldn't become that person? Yeah. Have you ever known you are incredibly good at something, you are exceptional at it, but you always just fear that you're not ready? I mean, people may not really accept this thing and maybe it's not such a great idea anyways. But yes. Have you ever been so good, but only good enough to be behind and not at the front? Only good enough to be any other place but at the top? It's like you've relegated yourself to settle there. It's a mind limitation. It's this roadblock that says, thus far have you gone and thus far can you go. And so, frustrated and discouraged, you settle for less than you really want. You start to convince yourself that you've tried hard enough and there's no need to try again. And so you decide to play small when you can reach for the world. But your mind is clouded by what ifs and what ifs and what ifs. You are not your past failures. Stop letting that inner critic stop you. I have decided to push through the red flag of limitation, and you should too. It's time for us to focus on this green strip across the finish line. I'm going to win. I'm going to give it all I've got. And even if I fall, I will rise up and I will go again. I won't stop. My next win is at the other end of my next trial. It's been 10 years. This is 2025 on the BGYCC platform. It's another stage, another competition. The lights are on me again and your virtual eyes are all watching. But I tell you that I stand on this stage today as a winner at heart. And so are every one of you if you dare to try again. If you dare to dream again. My fellow dreamers, you too can win. It doesn't matter how many times you've tried in the past and how many times you've failed. If you make up your mind to go through this green strip across the finish line, then you will. Because winning is a choice. And I need you to make that choice today. You too can win. Say this after me. I too can win. Thank you.